Okay, so get this. Shakespeare's son Hamnet, who died at just 11 years old, might have been the inspiration for one of the greatest plays ever written, Hamlet. That's the kind of connection that makes you rethink everything you know about his work.
Oh, wow. That's such a powerful starting point. I mean, we always think of Shakespeare as this untouchable literary genius, but this really humanizes him. What's the story behind this connection?
It all comes from Maggie O'Farrell's novel Hamnet, which Chloe Zhao has now adapted into a film. The novel dives into Shakespeare's family life, which is something we rarely hear about. It's set in the 1580s, and it focuses on his relationship with his wife, Agnes, and their children. Hamnet's death from the plague is this pivotal moment that reshapes everything for them.
That's such a unique angle. We're so used to studying Shakespeare's plays, but we don't often think about the man behind them. What's Agnes like in the story?
She's fascinating. Agnes, who Shakespeare calls Agnes, is this free-spirited, unconventional woman. She's a healer and a forager, someone deeply connected to nature. There's this incredible image of her, caring for a bird of prey in the woods near her home. She's unlike anyone Shakespeare has ever met, and their relationship is intense and passionate.
That sounds like such a rich dynamic to explore. But I imagine their relationship wasn't without its challenges, especially with Shakespeare's career pulling him away from home.
Exactly. That's where the tension really starts to build. Agnes encourages him to pursue his dreams, but his absence is deeply felt by the family, especially Hamnet. You can feel the strain it puts on their relationships, and it's heartbreaking to see how that distance affects them all.
And then Hamnet's death happens, right? That must be such a devastating moment in the story.
It really is. The film doesn't shy away from the raw grief and pain that follows. What's incredible, though, is how it ties this personal tragedy to the creation of Hamlet. It's like Shakespeare channels his grief into his art, creating something timeless and universal out of his own loss.
That connection between personal pain and creative expression is so powerful. How does Chloe Zhao bring that to life on screen?
Zhao's direction is just masterful. She's known for her patient, intimate storytelling. Just look at Nomadland. With Hamnet, she takes that same approach, letting the story unfold slowly and naturally. It's all about the small, quiet moments that build toward a deeply emotional and meaningful conclusion.
And visually, how does the film capture the world of 1580s England? I imagine the setting plays a big role in the story.
Oh, absolutely. The cinematography by Wukash Jal is stunning. There's this opening scene where Agnes is curled up in the forest in a fetal position, and the camera captures her from above. It's such a striking image, and it sets the tone for the entire film. The natural world feels like a character in its own right, reflecting Agnes's connection to it.
That sounds so immersive. And what about the performances? How do the actors bring these characters to life?
Jessie Buckley as Agnes is absolutely mesmerizing. She completely embodies this untamed, free-spirited woman who's both strong and vulnerable. And Paul Mescal as Shakespeare is just as compelling. He captures the intensity of a man driven by his need to create, but also the guilt and conflict he feels about what his ambition costs him and his family.
And what about the supporting cast? Do they add to the depth of the story?
Definitely. David Wilmot as Shakespeare's father is just brutal. He's harsh and domineering, and it's such a stark contrast to the tenderness we see in Hamnet. Jacoby Jupe, who plays Hamnet, is phenomenal. He brings so much heart to the role, and you can feel how deeply he loves his father, even as he struggles with his absence.
It sounds like the film really captures the complexity of these family dynamics. What's the overall takeaway from the story?
It's a reminder that even the greatest artists are shaped by their personal lives and experiences. Hamnet isn't just a historical drama. It's an exploration of love, loss, and creativity. It's eloquent, insightful, and deeply moving. Honestly, I think it's one of the best films of the year.
I couldn't agree more. It's the kind of film that stays with you long after the credits roll. It's rated M, and I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. What about you?
Same here. It's a masterpiece in its own right, and it does justice to O'Farrell's novel while standing firmly on its own as a cinematic achievement. Honestly, I can't stop thinking about it.
You've been listening to Movies First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.